What's going on, YouTube? Burkhart Milltech here. I'm just gonna be practicing making a fire, a little impromptu video. I'm over at the mother-in-law's. I'm gonna use the BK7. I put it through hardwood in the last test, and this is not really even a test. It's just me practicing, and I wanted to use the BK7. But right here I have, it's a evergreen tree. I don't know what it is. It came down in the storm a couple of years ago, and we cut it down and whatnot. I don't remember which tree it is, but it's a softwood. I haven't done anything to the edge since the last video, since putting it through hickory, or trying to put it through hickory, I should say. But let's get to practicing making a fire just for a little bit of fun. So first I'm going to just baton down some of this, more manageable size. And I haven't really came up with a game plan of what type of fire lay I'm going to make. I'm just using these a 2x4 and a 2x6 as a ground base, so my knife don't hit any rocks or anything in the ground when it batons through. But like I said, we're just here out having a little bit of fun, but practicing. I got hopefully everything goes through, but I have a little hiking adventure that's going to be an all-day hike that I'm going to do in October, and well, practice. It don't make perfect, it makes better. But now we'll do it. I'll probably feather stick it. I don't feel like going around and picking up little twigs off of trees and stuff. I think I'm just going to feather stick a majority of it and then light it, just to play around with the knife some more. Like I said, I haven't touched up the edge or anything, so we'll see how well it feather sticks, because I know it didn't like that hickory, and that was my first time playing around with hickory. So, and I looked it up, and hickory is harder than oak, I found out. That's why they use it in more trafficked areas on hardwood floors. If it gets more traffic, they usually use hickory. Got a knot right there. It'll power through. Yep. And split this one down one more again. And you don't always have to split down your wood and stuff. Everything's bone dry. It's been 90s and 100s every day for a long time now here. So everything's bone dry. We've been getting very little rain. Feather sticking is for whenever you just don't have enough kindling, or if you do find feather sticks, you can use it as a tinder source as well. So you don't always have to go out and make feather sticks or baton down wood. You can literally go from pencil lead thick wood, little twigs and stuff you find, get yourself a tinder source like birch bark or something, and then pick off your pencil lead thickness, and then your pencil thickness, and then pinky thickness, and then thumb thickness, and work your way up to wrist thickness. Let's put it through. Let's see if we can go through this without shearing it off the side. Then we'll start feather sticking some of it. Yeah, it's just going to shear off the side, isn't it? Yeah, that wood grain isn't too straight. I'd say we might have enough just for practicing. For good measures. Let's go through it again, just for fun. Little safety tip, don't just go pop. You see some people sling it down like this. Just place your knife on there and then beat it in. If you go plop a lot, sometimes you'll miss and you'll hit your hand. save that for next time. Alrighty then. Just feather stick it a little bit. Hit it with a Zippo. Oh yeah, that's real soft. I didn't carve that hickory too well. Let's see if it does this. Of course, there's a big knot right there. Yeah, it carves that a lot easier. That hickory just did not want to work with me. Okay. Well, this wood the grain is just so uneven. Yeah. I mean, it's such light wood and so dry, it's probably going to just catch anyways with the Zippo, even though I don't have really thin feathers on this one. I've gotten used to using convex grind, so your traditional V grind can't seem to get the angle. Let's try it on this one. Yeah. Helps if I don't get the sharpening choil. There we go. That's a little bit better. It's curling more than 3 times, so Morse Kohansky will count it as a feather. Maybe when I learn editing skills, you guys won't have to sit here through the whole thing. By the way, if you know of any like free or cheaper editing softwares I can use to take my videos to the next level, comment them down below. Yeah. You know, my traditional K-barb out of here last time, Ashley, actually feathered a lot easier than this. I think it might, through my hand sharpening, I might have put a slight convex on it and not know it. I never said I was the best at feather sticking either. Yeah, that convex though, that convex will feather stick real good. Got any commentary?
I was just wondering how the trees get the knots in them.
You know, I really don't know that. That's a really good question. Maybe one of the viewers can answer that. But I think it has something to do with just, it has to do with temperature, rainfall, and all that over the years. This is the grain pattern on this, or whatever you call it. It's not as gnarly as that hickory and that oak that I've played around with, but if this was a hardwood, I'd still have a little bit of difficulty, I would say. Of course, a feather stick is good for when everything's wet, because when you baton down like this, you get to that dry wood. I don't know, that might catch. Yeah, you see how that is? Just that curve in there, but you can see the individuals like little S patterns.
I don't know if it's close enough for the camera to pick up on that.
See S patterns, that one's straight, real straight. This one's got it. I mean, it's not too bad. It's nowhere near like that oak and stuff, but if you look at it from this angle too, trying to carve through it, that's because of the knots and stuff in there. I'm used to just taking Vaseline on cotton balls out in the woods too, so never really had to worry much about feather sticking, but yeah, there's It's a lot straighter than the hardwoods were. Alright. You'll find too, if you go out in the woods and play, that some woods just curl a lot easier than others. This wood's just so dry too. Yeah. So dry that just the wind's just pulling it off. The curls. Yeah. It doesn't help because it's going like that. Let's see if I can run a straighter piece. There, let's try that. Been down here so long, my leg's asleep. Got any other commentary, questions?
Mm-mm.
You remember how to make a fire? I taught you like many years ago.
Yeah, I do.
You remember how, but can you make one though?
Probably.
It's another thing, guys. It's like, if you don't use it, you lose it. That probably won't even catch it, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure if I came out here with a water hose, I might not get this going if I wetted everything down or hosed everything down. Which is something I should play around with, practice with some more. 'Cause I think I've made fire when everything was really waterlogged just twice. Dry. There we go. Look at that. Too cocky now. Hitting some snags, but I think I might have rolled the edge a little bit when I was playing around with that oak. I mean, if I took a magnifying glass to it, I think there's like little serrations on the blade now. Almost microscopic. But the blade didn't break, it didn't chip, it didn't bend. 1095, people don't really like it as much as they used to anymore because all those other weird super stills came out, but for my wallet, 1095 is a good working still. It's a lot better than 8CR13 MOV and 420 HC. I'm more partial to carbon steels anyways. I'm gonna take this one and let you see it real close. We'll just use three feather sticks. Look at that. So we'll use 3. And again, I'm not doing this as like survival training. I'm not saying, oh, I got 10 minutes to make a fire. I'm out here just wasting time, having fun. Let's not make that on the 2x4s. If I'm over here with like a glow stick, I should
just a little bit.
Of course, now the wind's picking up. Bad wind, bad. Let's see. Get some of these slivers and some of this bark to put under it, so we're not just building it on the ground. Any moisture in the ground or anything like that will just make it harder. I always build mine on top of the ground on a little bed of something. Okay, there's the knife. Probably make myself look like a total idiot on YouTube and not get this one lit successfully. I'm just seeing if I can do it without getting tinder and kindling. I want to test myself, basically. A little bit of moisture in some of it, though. Tim. Just go over the fire. That's probably too big. Just open that up. I should split up more, shouldn't I? But some of the bigger pieces are caught. Of course, like I said, everything's just bone dry out here.
Surprised we're not under a no burn warning.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't know. I didn't check into it, but
I haven't heard anything.
so I clearly didn't do this by the books, by the numbers. Ideally, I wanted to test out if I could just do this without getting your traditional breaking off, kindling, and getting a tinder, because there's a cedar tree over there I usually use for playing around with. I wanted to see if I could do it with just splitting down bigger pieces of wood and feather sticking. It's sustaining. This will probably burn for another 10 minutes without me doing anything to it. But yeah, I completed the test for myself that I literally just came up with in 5 minutes. And if it was more windy out here, or if things were wet, I would have taken more time. And especially if I didn't have a camera talking to it, I would have been more quick about it, but trying to carve and talk at the same time, it's not my forte. I'm surprised I can eat and breathe at the same time, really. But if it was a little bit cooler out here or things were more wet, what I would have done differently was taking time to split it down thinner before feathering it, and doing your traditional breaking off, a little bit of kindling here and there, and building up from pencil lead size all the way up to wrist thickness. Got any questions or comments? Leave them down below. Like, subscribe. I'm thinking on one of the videos coming out here and spraying everything down first and testing myself with wet materials, or after a good rain. I think it's going to be raining later tonight. But just get out, practice, have fun. This was fun for me. It wasn't as much practice as fun for me. So thank you for watching. Burkhardt Miltech signing off.